From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, I don't think I hear anybody complaining about the weather. It's been absolutely gorgeous out there. And you know what? Hey, let's bring more of it here over the next few days. Although, there will be a slight chance for a few isolated showers to the east on Friday, especially for Modoc County, eastern Lassen and Plumas counties. More on that a little bit later. Mainly dry and warm through the weekend because Saturday there may be a chance for showers for the coast. More on that a little bit later as well. But long-range pattern is showing some changes in the forecast with cooler weather and a better chance for some widespread precipitation across the region. It doesn't look like a lot at this point, but more on that just coming up. Let's take a look at your neighborhood forecast for tomorrow at a glance. It's warming up a bit. You can see in the valley, we're getting the low to maybe even some mid-80s making their way into the forecast. Now for the mountains, we're mainly in the 70s, low to mid-70s, although Trinity County close to 80. And for the coast, looking at that temperature in the upper 50s. Now there is that chance for some isolated showers here for Modoc County and the eastern mountains. Hey, by the way, heading up to the Cool April Nights events. Of course, we're going to be showing you the calendar and everything that's going on here through next week. The big kickoff will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. The Spring Fest Car and Bike Show between 4 and 8:30 p.m. at 1504 Market Street. Over there, of course, you're going to start off with sunny skies. It's going to start off fairly warm. But yeah, as we start to see the sun set, those temperatures start to drop. As we get close to the end of the event, those temperatures will be down into the low 70s. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's talk about that chance for rain I was talking about here for tomorrow. There you can see by the afternoon, we're going to be looking at a lot of those towering cumulus clouds developing in the higher elevations, especially in the eastern mountains and Modoc County. And some of those could bring us a few isolated showers here and there with an even slimmer chance for a few isolated thunderstorms. But otherwise, just scattered showers. To the west of that, we'll be looking at drier conditions and keeping it fairly warm, and not to mention even for the coast. Now, as that moves out, we go into Saturday. By around noon, we may see a very weak line of showers approach the coast. I think most likely to be fairly dry, but if we see a passing sprinkle or light shower around midday on Saturday, don't be surprised, but that pretty much fizzles out by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and of course we're looking at dry conditions once again. That'll continue into your Sunday. Now we look at the long range, and you can see, of course, this is, looking at today all the way through the weekend. High pressure for the most part sticking around. It gets weaker, then it kind of gets a little bit stronger, stronger. But bottom line, the high pressure is kind of sticking around through the weekend. Some clouds moving through it. Of course, we saw some of those disturbances that we'll see tomorrow and then again on Saturday. But really, the main event that I'm tracking, if you even want to call it that, will be the potential for that cooler weather and the potential for that wet weather as well. Now, the long-range forecast models, when we start looking this far out, there still seems to be some inconsistencies on the overall timing, the intensity of the rain, and even the placement of the storm systems itself. So this you see right here for next Tuesday, you see where it is? Now, this is kind of breaking off from some energy and moving down to the south. If we were looking at the model for 24 hours ago, that low pressure was up here. Now, that low pressure then was eventually going to kind of move through us and give us a chance for showers. But you see where it's going? It's heading to our south. So chances for rain Tuesday, Wednesday are pretty slim. But you can see on Wednesday, there may be enough instability for a few scattered showers, especially in the mountains. Is it going to be a big deal? I don't think so at this point. Then I've got my eyes on this. Now, if we looked at the forecast model 24 hours ago, this was heading straight for us. But look where it's going into Thursday. It's actually mainly staying to our north. So the main area of low pressure is here. Here's the cold front. The tail end of that cold front's moving through us. Now, typically when the tail end of a cold front moves through us, it's very weak. We don't see much. Most of the rain tends to be on the coast, and even that doesn't look to be all that impressive. And then it tends to break apart as it moves over the coastal range in the Marble Mountains. Now, we could still see a chance for a few stray showers Thursday afternoon, especially in the mountains, the coast. Slimmer chances in the valley, but the chances are there nonetheless. Now, as this moves eastward, there may be some more activity for Friday. And then depending on which model you look at, drier for the Saturday of Cool April Nights, but then the European forecast model has it fairly wet. So again, it's one of those stay tuned to the forecast, especially if you do have cool April nights plans, right? Because there's show and shines all next week, not to mention, of course, starting tomorrow. All right, so here's what we got going on. We take a look at the forecast winds, and yeah, not a big issue. They've been fairly gusty at times in the last few mornings for the valley, not so much tomorrow morning or in the afternoon, although the winds may pick up a little bit going through Friday afternoon. Saturday morning looks pretty good too, looking at fairly calm winds, but it does look like those winds will pick up going into Saturday afternoon. Winds coming in from the northwest for the valley, west for the eastern mountains, and coming in from the north for the coast. So just be aware of the fact that the winds may be picking up again, starting off to start off the weekend, that is. Now those wave heights will be dropping as we go into your Friday. We take you into your Saturday, of course, with those winds picking up. Those wave heights will be picking up as well. So eventually we may see another small craft advisory as we go into the weekend, but there are no advisories at this point for tomorrow. Northwest winds at 5 knots, waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 8 seconds, and from the southwest at 2 feet at about 16 seconds. All right, so for tonight, we've got those temperatures low to mid 50s. No big surprises here. And we've got 30s and 40s for the higher elevations. So starting off fairly cool in the mountains, not so much for the valley. And then, of course, for Trinity County, mid to upper 40s out along the coast as well. Let's take a look at our neighborhood forecast for Trinity County. Gorgeous. Temperatures upper 70s to around 80 degrees. And there you can see I've got that chance for showers in there for Wednesday, Thursday. At this point, doesn't look like much. Here's your North Coast neighborhood forecast, central and southern Humboldt County. There you can see 60 for Eureka, that is, 66 for Blue Lake, and 78 degrees for Alder Point. Up north, all right, there you can see about 74 degrees for Gasquet, Trinidad about 65, and Orleans a high of 78 degrees. And your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, 77 degrees for Gazelle, Tennant about 70, look for a high of about 78 degrees in Dunsmuir. And your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, I do expect temperatures mainly in the upper 60s to low 70s for your daytime highs for your Friday. Now, for Modoc County, the eastern mountains, yeah, a chance for an isolated shower here, especially for the second half of the day tomorrow. The first half of the day should remain dry. You'll start to see those towering cumulus clouds developing through the afternoon, and eventually by Friday afternoon, yes, we're seeing that chance for a few isolated showers and an off chance for a stray thunderstorm as well. Temperatures mainly, though, in the 60s and 70s for the eastern mountains. Now, your valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Those temperatures should be a little bit warmer than it has been. Upper 70s for the west side of the valley, but elsewhere, mainly in the low 80s. Look for a high of 83 degrees for Redding, 82 for Bella Vista, Lakehead about 81, and Red Bluff topping out at 83 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast, and yeah, we're talking about those dry conditions, low 80s through Monday. Temperatures starting to drop by Tuesday, mid to upper 60s. Cooler by Wednesday, Thursday, and of course that slight chance for showers as we get toward the end of next week.